My name is Lina Canas, and I work as a director of the IAU Office for Astronomy Outreach. And we are hosted at the National Astronomical Observatory of Japan in Tokyo. Very briefly, the mission of the OAO is to engage the public in astronomy through access to astronomical information and the communication of astronomy. The OAD and the OAO as sister offices under the IAU, we have always had a very close relation. For instance, the OAD has been, throughout these 10 years, has been a major guidance to guide from us through our projects and sharing their expertise and their experience. The OAD also supports a lot of the OAO projects through implementation, and of course all these projects align with the OAD objectives. And also the OAD supports the dissemination of relevant OAO activities. We have close communication, and we try as much as we can to synergize our actions and combine our actions, of course, each office in their particular field or in their particular focus. The OAD and the OAO also collaborating in particular projects, especially on the communicating astronomy with the public journal. We had a special joint edition on outreach for development and communication for development, where we shared programs in this particular field dedicated to outreach, public engagement, and communication a little bit from all around the world. We also collaborate closely with the Communicating Astronomy with the Public conference. I think that the whole concept or the whole idea behind the OAD using astronomy for development is and also that how can I say, breeds into this OAD vision of using astronomy for a better world is both very clear and also inspirational. I think there's a big community, a strong, cohesive community that share this global vision that embodies the sustainable change, international cooperation, that it's really at the core, or in the end at the core of the IAU mission. To use astronomy for social and economic impact. It's also a very recent idea that is not so common among the astronomical community. So I think the work of the OAD and the idea of astronomy for development throughout these 10 years has been growing, and it's been building steadily within the astronomical community, and helped steer our actions around this concept that we were not so familiar with. For instance, in our case, which is more focused on the promotion of astronomy as a science, is more familiar to our audience. In the case of using astronomy specifically for development and not the development of astronomy, has been quite innovative, and I think it's a huge achievement for the community, and also has been leading through the OAD, has been leading the scientific community or the science community as a whole. Naturally, between the offices in the IAU, there's always a margin for overlap, as I mentioned, related to specifically in astronomy for outreach and or outreach for development. Better said. In this particular case, using outreach for development is a field that we can definitely cooperate, and we are cooperating throughout our activities. One of the the projects that align under this outreach for development, and it's both in alignment with one of the OAD's flagships, and also one of our strategic actions is astrotourism, and for instance astro stays that uses outreach actions of observation of the night sky, and also contributes for the social and economic advancement of the regions in which the project is inserted. So I think it's a perfect example of an activity or a program that aligns and implements this notion of outreach for development specifically. In terms of the biggest challenge that face, I think it comes from, it comes as a result of being pioneers, which I think the OAD are definitely are. So you are advancing a very new field, especially in astronomy. So to have to train, to build, and again to steer the actions from our community around this concept that is not so familiar. This is quite a challenge, and also I think it's in the end it's also an achievement that the OAD has doing or did, although this is a ongoing goal, if I can say it like this. It's not an end on itself, or it's not finished yet. It's also a big achievement that the OAD could progress till what it is today, and how the community is now understanding this concept of astronomy for development. In terms of future for the OAD, I think the OAD has been doing excellent work to identify priorities, and you are steadily growing. And now that the strategic plan is in place, the one for 2020, the IAU strategic plan 2020-2030 is in place. I think it will help even or strengthen the focus of stimulating global development, and of course while carrying the vision that we are using astronomy for a better world. So I definitely think that the OAD has been excellent in choosing the priorities, and especially with the flagship programs, and also the annual call for proposals. So definitely from our side, from the side of the OAO, we'll continue to follow and to support however we can, especially in the areas that we can strengthen. And when I say, or when we overlap, it's not in a negative way. It's always in a positive way that we can strengthen each other and support each other's office. And this we will definitely do under this outreach for development overlap that we have. Perhaps not a memorable moment or a single memorable moment. I think whether it's at personal level and a professional level, I have memorable collection of interaction of these moments with the OAD and with the OAD team. It's been quite a positive and gratifying experience. I must say that we deal with a lot of different people from all around the world, and there's many adversities that we face in different regions, and in a world where kindness and sometimes humility are a bit overlooked and are forgotten in daily interactions. I think I am lucky, or we, the OAO, we are lucky to be able to collaborate with OAD team that has always shown nothing but the word of support, always collaboration, never competition, always had time for advice, for support. This has been from day one, since when I joined the OAO 6 years ago. So to have this kind of a positive spin attitudes regarding work, and even despite any adversities and struggles that naturally happen, has been the most memorable collection of moments that I've had across all my interactions with OAD.